Welcome to the qualifying match of day one of the European Qualifier, the Intel Extreme Masters Gamescom. Representing Team Cascade, spawning in the bottom right-hand position is the red Protoss player. Ladies and gentlemen, it's DMC. Reasonably known in the online community, very, very strong player. He's going up against a Zerg player that we've actually seen on stream already pick apart a couple of nerds playing very strong today as well. Only one of these players can make it to game 2 of the qualifier. Which one of them will it be? As the pink Zerg player in the 2 o'clock position, representing Team Extreme Supremacy, it's Elazer. Squee, much excite. Much excite. We're getting to the business end of the qualifier day 1 now, by the way, guys. And for those of you wondering what's going to happen in day 2, well, we have 8 players qualifying from today. They're going to be joined by 8 seeded players, 8 invited players. And since there's not too much going on in the game right now, I'm going to go ahead and let you know who those players are. Pardonnez-moi while I alt-tab out. And we've got... Alright. So we have 8 players invited tomorrow to join the bracket. So there'll be 8 players qualifying through this. We then have representing Protoss, Lilbo, Showtime, Mana, and Gung Fu Banda. Representing Zerg, just the one, we have Liquid Red. And representing Terran, we have Euthermal, Marine Lord, and 4GG. Pretty sick bracket, to be perfectly honest with you. And that's only half of it, because the other half are going to be qualifying through from today. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. We should be able to get a couple more qualifying matches after this as well. So fingers crossed you guys are able to check out all of the action here at the Intel Extreme Masters. DMC going to be coming home with his probe. Has done a little bit of scouting. Enough to know when the first gas was taken and to know that it is going to be a hatch before pool, and that's basically all he needs to know for now. He's going to be able to get on with his life. Cybernetics core forming part of the wall off. This always makes me nervous, even though I know it's like, you're not exactly going to be walling off early on with anything else, right? Because you kill off the cybernetics core and so many things go down. Your ability to make stalkers, sentries, so many games lost. Because you can only build zealots if the cybernetics core gets sniped off. It's scary, man. None of that stuff happening at this stage of the game, though, of course. Zergling speed on its way. Mothership core on its way. We're starting to get ourselves into base position to start making some decisions on tech and stuff like that. DMC's not going to be able to see the giant overlord that's clearly visible right there. Until, of course, the Mothership core arrives, and it's like, aha, there you are. So this actually could end up being a pick-off for a Stalker a little bit later on. I would probably send one Stalker here, in case it goes that way, and to have another one shooting it from down here to kind of like herd it. And then that Overlord is basically guaranteed to be toast. We've got another one inside the main base, though. Hovering around. Chilling out. What you got there, bro? I didn't actually realize they have quite a lot of eyes, don't they? 6 eyes on each. Does that mean they have 12 eyes? I counted 6 on each side there. Interesting little tidbit. Zergling speed about to complete. 3rd hatch coming down from Elazer. Everyone is agreed. 12 minutes, no rush. Forge coming down as well for them upgrades from DMC. And still just continuing to drone up and macro up. I mean, neither side's really focusing on harassing the other. They just want to get into the mid-game as quickly as possible. And obviously both of these players very confident in their abilities. Very wary that the other player is also quite good. But they have to believe that they can win. It's only one best of 3 away from participating in day 2. A lot of the tough work is done. This is the final match that tells us whether they can or cannot do it. This Overlord looks like is repositioning ever so slightly. Being a little bit tactical. Unfortunately, it can be seen at the moment, which is interesting. I thought it was over the high ground. It is over the high ground, but it looks like DMC can see it. Although in a very pale kind of form. Warp Gape's now starting to come online. We got the Roach Warren incoming. Lair is about to complete. Evo Chamber coming down for Elazer. Things looking pretty hunky-dory right now. Hallucinated Phoenix is going to be able to scout everything. Checks the gas timing at the third. Gas timing at the natural. And finally, gases in the main base. Now, there is one that's been taken here, so he's up to 5 gases. Ooh, didn't quite see that, actually. Let's take a quick look at that. I mean, he saw it very early on. That was actually the very first one that got seen. And the second Hallucinated Phoenix just going there to confirm as well. So being very thorough in his scouting is DMC at the moment. 8 roaches on the way from Elazer. We'll see if he ends up being the player to make the first piece of aggression in this game so far. No action whatsoever at the natural expansion yet. Just nice and chilled out. And yep, all he wanted to do was check out the main base. You can see just kept it there. The Queen took out the Hallucinated Phoenix. No problemo. Third base coming down with an awful lot of buildings around it, mainly gateways actually, and this could actually end up being the foundation of a very strong Protoss army coming down right now. So Elazer at the moment, well, he's getting +1, he's getting Glial Reconstitution, he's getting Tunneling Claws, so he's going to want to swell up units and try and pick off this third base as well. He was supply blocked for just a little bit on 110, but he should be okay now. Immediately maxing out 126. I think he's just going to try and go for a massive attack right now. He's shortening his attack path here by taking out the debris, because if you spit enough acid at rocks, to be fair, they do actually melt away. But they melt away simultaneously at the end. They definitely don't go in small chunks. They all go in one massive bit. See? Watch. Told you. They disintegrate. Ooh, air vents. Kind of cool. Alright. So is this going to be even remotely successful as a third base? Now, once again on Coda, we've seen already, very difficult to defend when you force field this up and your opponent just goes here. So what is going to happen from Elazer? He's scouting around for the army right now. There are a few force fields spreading these roaches from coming into the natural expansion, but the main bulk of the army is at the third. DMC is not using all of his force fields early. He's being very slow, very careful about this. Picking off 5 or 6 roaches right now as an initial engagement. Keeping 2 sentries still over here so that he can force field this out. DMC is actually handling this very, very well. And Elazer can't seem to get a foot in. He's trying his best to squeeze this Protoss out. But DMC's not having any of it right now. He's up to 64 workers and he's definitely got a safe third base. Are we going to see round 2 coming out of Elazer? Looks like the answer's not at the moment. And that's a bit of a shame. Elazer really wanted to make sure he can kill off this third base. It doesn't look like he'll be able to. We've got Immortals joining the fray as well to counteract any bolstering we're going to be doing from a Zerg Roach point of view. And a couple of Blink Stalkers are going to be able to prevent these Roaches from doing damage beyond killing off the odd worker. Photon Cannon will prevent any sort of burrow micro in the immediate vicinity, but a lot of Roaches here from Elazer are looking maybe to try and sneak in a bit more damage. Now, I think with these 3 cannons, it's not really possible for him to sneak anywhere right now, but he could try and brute force his way in. He can always burrow move under the force fields here. Templar Archives on the way now, by the way, for the Protoss. A bunch of Mutalisks coming out, trying to do the tech switch. Not able to get too much done. Again, these Blink Stalkers just very, very mobile units. And Elazer at the moment just keeping his options open in terms of tech. He's also got the Hydralisk Den coming down now as well for that potential tech switch. Roach is coming into third base. This looks like something a little bit more serious. First Blink getting used. Second Blink isn't available yet, which is why he's not able to run in pursuit of these Roaches as things currently stand. Couple of Hallucinated Phoenixes, no particular cause for concern inside the main base, and now we have Elazer once again pushing and prodding, possibly outside the natural. I think he wants to try and attack twice. The Mutalisk coming at the third base. If he can bait out all of the Blink Stalkers over here, the main army might be able to go into the natural, and here we go. That's exactly what he's doing. Moving straight on in. Is he going to be able to disable these cannons? If he disables these cannons, I actually think, is there an observer here? There are no observers. He kills off these cannons. He can actually burrow. And the Mutalisk coming in against the third as well. Actually, DMC doing a good job splitting his army right now. It's not completely clear how much damage is going to get done by either side. It looks like these roaches are trying to pick off the Nexus, but there are so many Stalkers, I don't actually think it's going to be possible. That gets taken apart. The natural expansion is where a lot of the success is being had at the moment. A couple of probes going down as well. The Mutalisk unable to get any more foothold into the third base. How many meters are actually left on the map? Only 2, so a lot of them got killed off there. How many workers have died? 19 workers have died, but a lot has been sacrificed right now from the point of view of our Zerg player. DMC knows that something might be burrowed here in the back, so he's just being very, very careful right now. Very difficult to see burrowed roaches, of course. When they're moving, you can see him just a little bit better. And he is getting himself in position to take them out with this observer that's here as well. There are a couple more burrowed inside the main base that Elazer must be thinking about once they move out as well. But a bunch of cannons should be able to help him stabilize. Now, at the end of all of that, our Protoss is at 61 workers versus 76 for our Zerg player, right? And we've got High Templars already complete, but we're not actually going to be using Storm. We're just going to be busting with Archons by the looks of things. DMC really trying to get a lot of these heavy hitters in. These two last Mutalisks, the last Mutalisks if you call them that, are just doing an annoying amount of damage right now. Sufficiently annoying that we're just going to lazily photon overcharge to kill one of them off. And you know what? I guess that works fine. Ooh, that Overlord comes very close to dying there. And here comes the big attack. The Archons are in the back, though. They can't actually do too much damage at the moment until half of the Blink Stalkers move away from there. Now we've got 2 of them in front. One of them going down straight away. Good force fields over on the north side, trying to his best to fix the concave on the left-hand side. So much DPS being done by the Hydras. I almost feel like he should blink into the middle of these and try and force field them out. But a lot of... there we go. He's doing that now. But actually, that's after the numbers get whittled down a little bit. And DMC is really making some inroads against the Elazer right now. These burrowed roaches continuing to try and do some damage. Up to 39 workers killed. So it's really good that he's able to distract while the Protoss is out and about on the map. The problem is, the Protoss is out and about on the map killing the Zerg. And that's going to be the main issue right now. Spinecrawler is not rooted, not going to be able to take part in the initial phases of this battle. A lot of damage being done by those Archons, lots of Blinkstalkers. The Immortal not doing too much damage in the back, though. Now the Spinecrawlers are starting to do some damage, but the ranks have been thinned out as far as the Zerg is concerned. Elazer having to be pushed back here. The Spinecrawlers go down as well. Every Archon has gone, but what is left to defend? The natural expansion. He's trying to split this army in 2, basically, and drones are getting pulled as well. Hydra is coming in from the back. More Blinkstalkers coming in. That is the nearest pylon. It's very far away for DMC, but he has a sizable army in the face of Elazer right now. This game has been very nip and tuck. Still more damage being done over here. The hashtag annoying Mutalisk, unfortunately, is going to go down right now. And that's the last harassing unit, actually, for Elazer. Is DMC going to be able to break through this? Oh, he doesn't want to lose the Immortal. He doesn't want to lose the Immortal. Does he have enough DPS to hang on here? Oh, maybe he can pick off this hatchery as consolation. He hasn't actually killed off a base yet, but he's done an awful lot of damage to the army supply. He really needs a pylon that's a little bit closer. If he had one there, for example, he might have been able to take this fight here, pick off the 4th base, and keep his army there as well. Now put DMC in such a strong position. As it stands, he's got +3 attack ready, by the way. He has no upgrades anywhere else. Only the +3 attack. Wow, that's aggressive. He needs to kill off this army very quickly because those Hydras have such high DPS. Archon's coming through, not actually connecting with anything at the moment. No, it looks like it's going to be enough. DMC wins. Elazer taps out, ladies and gentlemen, and our Protoss is 1 game away from making it to day 2 of the qualifiers here at the Intel Extreme Masters Gamescom Qualifier.